with a franchise that has so many different movies and now like so many layers of lore to it, like really what can you do different? I don't know. I personally am feeling like it's a little bit getting a little oversaturated. I don't know if I'm in the minority or not. I haven't really explored a lot of like what people are talking about.
I'm enjoying it so far. Noah Hawley, I'm a big fan. He's good at taking other people's IP and making a good story out of the people like. You know, he did Fargo, then he did Legion, and now he's doing this. So
yeah,
he's got a good track record, and he paid homage to the original Alien and the first one. It felt like, you know, the sets and everything. I guess he said Ridley Scott was actually a little surprised about how much they drew from the aesthetic of the first movie. But yeah, I'm liking it so far.
I'm enjoying it so far. I thought it pulled from both. It seems like it's pulling from like the original Alien and that more actiony Aliens with all the killing and the gore and stuff. So that's cool.
Yeah.
I like this Alien. He's badass. He's like doing this like camouflage shit, being sneaky, and then he's also just like ripping faces off left and right. So that's cool. I like the lore that they're giving with all the like Elon Musk versus the other
Boy Genius,
like Corporal versus Corporal.
Cavalier one.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Boy
Cavalier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. I like they basically like have all this territory and they're like giving you like really good backstory on like kind of how things work in this universe. So yeah, I'm liking it a lot.
That's really my main thing. Like, I think that was a problem that Alien Romulus had for me when we watched it, was that it didn't really do anything different. It essentially just made...
It gave you a little bit at the beginning.
A little.
You know, but it wasn't much different.
No.
Yeah.
This kind of feels a little bit of the same, except that I do think that they're taking a more lore approach to it, in that they want to sort of add to the lore in the world. Noah Hawley was very critical, I think, of Prometheus and Covenant for ditching the retro futuristic look of Alien, like the classic Alien, in favor of those movies. They have like that like fucking Apple aesthetic. They look like fucking like Apple
and holograms and high tech
character, nothing, no soul.
So early on in the production, word had gotten out that Noah Hawley wasn't going to be paying too much attention to the franchise's lore, particularly Covenant and Prometheus. In fact, we had gotten a quote from Gina Balin, who I think was one of the executive producers or something. And she had said, everything doesn't have to fit together the way you expect from Marvel. Fans don't expect that in this universe. It doesn't have the same pressure. So they kind of went into this being like, we kind of don't care about the lore. We don't care about like the architects and the this and the that and whatever. And you could kind of feel that. The first two episodes felt like, they really feel like a love letter to the original Alien. Like so much so that like large parts of the first episode specifically felt like it could have been like a deleted scene from the original. Like they got the sets designed perfectly. They had that like grainy sort of like 70s style footage. Like the characters looked like people in the 70s with like the hairstyles and the clothes. It just felt like it was literally straight out of the 70s. It was kind of fantastic.
Yeah, it was.
Like I don't really know what's coming for the series, but the first two episodes clearly expanded the world in a way that I think is pretty great so far. And it's not just focusing on Weyland-Yutani as the evil corporation. Well, now we're seeing that the world and what's left of it in this future of this dystopian future is that the world is controlled by like 5 corporations, I think. The first two episodes don't name
likely probably all evil.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
Which one's more evil?
Yeah. So the first 3, there's 3 that aren't mentioned specifically, but it's been mentioned in the press and stuff. So I don't know what they are.
Press junkets. Yeah.
But these 2 so far, we're seeing Weyland-Yutani and the main one, which is Prodigy. And Prodigy is led by the boy genius, Boy Cavalier. And so these first 2 episodes introduce us to Prodigy and their Neverland Research Center. We're introduced to a whole nother group of life forms now. We've only known synths and cyborgs. Now they're saying these are hybrids. These are human minds uploaded into the body of a synth. You know, he's whisking these sick children away from their tragic fates because they have cancer and various diseases, and he's essentially granting them immortality. In reality, of course, he's an idealistic, terrible technocrat with an ego, and we'll probably see his dark side in coming episodes. So yeah, I don't know. I think these first 2 episodes were really good. I'm not blown away by it. Sorry, Winnie. Stepped on my dog. She's laying under my feet as usual. I don't know that I was blown away, but obviously it's an 8-episode series and we'll have to see what happens. But like, I think Prometheus and Covenant like really turned me off to this franchise now. Just because like, I don't know, those movies were just not good. And I don't like the lore that he tried to establish, I don't think was good. Again, we talk about this a lot. Like when you remove the mystery from the horror, like it's not scary anymore.
I don't know if I agree. Just because you know everything about, let's say, like a bear, doesn't mean it's any less scary, right? Like the potential for it to murder you or for it to be scary doesn't go down. So I don't know if I would agree about the mystery part in something like this.
Yeah, they kind of explain that in the dialogue. I mean, Timothy Olyphant's character says, you used to be food and now you're not food anymore, but you still are when something comes along and it wants to eat you. Like there's not much you can do unless you can fight it off. So
I'm not saying that this isn't scary, what they're presenting to us. And it's still a murderous alien creature. It's scary. But I'm saying that the franchise as a whole has explained away so much now that like I am no longer really afraid of them. Like in the first movie in Alien, it was just like a thing that was there. Like, how did it get there? We don't know. Where does it come from? We don't know. What is it? What does it want? What does it do? Like, it's just...
We still don't know most of that stuff.
I know, but like we do though, because we know that in Prometheus, they went to fucking God knows where and they gathered fucking spores and the black goo got in somebody and created a face hugger and then created like a proto fucking xenomorph. And then David, being a psycho fucking android working for Yutani, was obsessed with it. And then he harvested it and went to the engineer's home planet and fucking experimented with it and then created the xenomorph prototype B. And fucking like, we just know like it's not scary anymore. It's just like, it's too much. That's why I appreciate Noah Hawley's approach, and he might be like picking and choosing what elements from those two movies he wants. I'm just saying, we're a long far cry away from what those two Alien movies established, like Alien and Aliens. The hook of this show is that it's on Earth. That's it.
I love that. Yeah, it's awesome.
Well, I mean, it's not even really exploring like the aliens themselves. I mean, the aliens are there, even the other creatures, but now you have this, the hybrid scenario, and you've got the duopoly of, Dame, which is the lady psychiatrist, the human element, and Timothy Olyphant's character, the synth, trying to raise these kids to be different. And it's really more about like, does man deserve to survive at all? And so we're exploring like, what is man? Does man deserve to survive? And let's do some cool alien shit on Earth while we're at it.
Speculating on where the series could go, I don't know that they're going to do anything that's that groundbreaking for me within the franchise that is going to I watch Alien and Aliens probably like at least once a year, if probably more, because I think Alien is one of the greatest movies ever made, like objectively. Is this going to be that? No. Like, and is it going to stand out in the franchise? Is yet to be seen. So far, I'm not sure it will or can. I don't think Romulus did either. We all agreed Romulus was fun. It was decent. It was like the better of the 5 sequels outside of Alien and Aliens.
Well, I thought the creep factor of this one was a little bit better than Romulus because you have the other species to contend with and you don't really know what they are. And so that brings that element
that's cool.
Because you already know what the alien is and what it's about. And like you complained. Yeah. I mean, so that extra element of other species kind of brings
that is nice. Because
you
have to imagine, once you discover something like this, there's got to be more out there, and it is cool that they're showing like, there's a lot of more shit out there.
That also makes my point a little bit more too, because it's like, all right, so where is this what is this series gonna do to stand out now? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's one thing to just, here's an Alien series, like, okay, kind of fine, but like it's another entirely to make it actually stand out. You know what I mean? And be different and like elevate the franchise above what it already is. Can it do that? I don't know. That's something we'll have to wait and see.
With so many sequels and stuff, it's hard to keep redoing the same thing and people stay interested. So
right, and that's kind of what I'm saying. It's like
I like what they're doing as far as like some people are trying to contain the threat. Boy Wonder's trying to like keep it for himself to like make money off of it in one way or another or something.
So far,
or these two corpos are trying to make money off of it.
Yeah. I got the impression that he doesn't even know what it is yet. Boy,
well, he just wants it. That's the hubris.
He know that they wanted it, so now he wants it.
He wants it because they want it, but he doesn't know what it is that he wants.
And he doesn't care how many people have to die to get it to him. He just wants it because he knows it's important.
Like, it's going to be good regardless. I'm not trying to shit on it. I'm talking about it sort of in the whole of the franchise, but
yeah, I get it.
But yeah, so excited to see what we get from it. Leave your thoughts in the comments on it, folks. Tell us what you think. If I mean, it's like lore stuff and speculation and stuff. That's all fun and dandy, but like as a show, I mean, it's it's good so far. So totally. But yeah, leave your thoughts in the comments. Let us know.